Okay, here we go. Time crisis, twices. Time twices. Oh, this is utilizing parts of my brain I never knew existed.
Greetings, friends. I'm
Greetings.
Ian Higton, and don't worry, I'm not upset or disappointed.
You do look
it's
a bit
just
sad.
This headset does really weird things to my brow when it sits atop my forehead like this.
Oh, Ian, you bloody idiot. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Ian's VR Corner, in which you find me watching last week's episode of Ian's VR Corner, where I played loads of old school NES games in VR. Now, that video that I'm watching right here, right now, inspired me to go on the search for other ways to play retro games in VR, and that has led me to this. It's EmuVR, and it has allowed me to recreate my very own 90s bedroom in VR. This is a place that I can customize with my own posters and fill up with all my old school favorite video games. It's really cool. There's a lot of different customization options. One of them, which I'll show you right now, is that you can customize the time of day. So quickly, if I go to settings and then general, I think it is, I can change the clock time to like 9 o'clock. And now you can see that I could sit here in my very own 90s bedroom and play 90s games lit up by the glow of a CRT TV monitor. Pretty awesome, right? All right, well, I've put it back to daytime now because I want to be able to show you this in a lot of detail, and I don't really want to just show you me watching this. I want to show you a lot of cool stuff. First of all, a quick look at the posters. We got Dizzy, we got Transformers, G1 Transformers, of course, the classic. We've got the beautiful Hunnigan from Resident Evil 4, who watches over me as I sleep on my Toe Jam and Earl inspired bedspread. Got some sweeties there as well. Obviously, we've got some old school Eurogamer, Team Eurogamer merch, and a Break Quest Club poster there. A beautiful Jorts image. What else have we got here? We've got a Jortsters of the Universe picture there, which a viewer did. I can't remember which one, though. I think it was Mr. Tom for the win. Sorry if it wasn't. Picture of my cat there. There's the Eurogamer banner there, a little bit squished. One of the old school kind of posters you find in an NES cart packaging. Another one here. And then a big old poster of Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon as well. So that's what's decorating my walls. But what video games are decorating my play space? Oh, also, actually, there's all these different kind of little props that you can have lying around, like old pizza boxes, old drinks boxes and things. But that's you know, customizing it is one thing, but playing the video games is the main thing. And what I really wanted to do today was show you how you can play Time Crisis in VR using this emulator program. So what I need to do, and one of the best things about this program is how physical the setup is. What I need to do is I need to grab my my phony game station here, and I could play this on any of these screens here, and I'll show you some other consoles set up on the other screens later, but I'm going to play this on the big TV first. So I need to unplug that cable from the VCR. I need to plug the phony PlayStation back in. Let's just open it up. There is no disc in here, so I need to get myself a disc. Is it lying around, or do I need to go into my inventory? Yes, here we go. There we go. Time Crisis. I'm going to pop Time Crisis into there, and I'm going to boot up the console. Ooh, nice. Now, you're probably asking yourself now, or shouting at the screen, Ian, how do you actually control it, though? Well, that is a good question. What you have to do is you have to point at the console and select it, and then, whoop whoop, I now have 2 light guns. Now, these are Pretendo zappers. Let's go to arcade. Kick this story mode off. Now, before I have a proper go, I'm going to take away control quickly. And I'm just going to get really close into the monitor. In fact, I'm going to lift it up and hold it right in front of me. So you can see that there are simulated scan lines here. You get really close, and there's also like dirt, scuffs and scratches on the screen. which the light reflects off as well, which gives it a really, really realistic look. It's I'm not 100% sure how it's going to look for you lot on flat, but in VR it looks really, really realistic. Anyway, that's enough staring at the screen. Let's play a little bit of the game, shall we? Now, I've mapped the controls for this light gun, so the A button on the Oculus Touch controller activates the foot pedal mechanism, so I can pop out of cover and reload my gun at the touch of a button. Action! Now, if I felt to myself that I was a little bit too far away from the telly here, I could press both buttons and move myself a little bit closer to the telly, and then activate it again, jump straight back in. And that activates the old school light gun cheat mode, where you basically just touch the gun to the TV instead of actually doing a proper aiming. Come on. Oh, bloody hell. Right, let's get a little bit back again. And then try doing some actual aiming. There we go. Time extended. Nice little spin of the gun as well. Action! Boff, 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 boff. Oh, got 4 seconds off that guy. Oh, damn, right in the face. It's been a while since I've played Time Crisis, actually, I tell you. I've got the disc, but I don't have a light gun, and I don't have a CRT monitor either, so I don't think, even if I did have a light gun, I don't think it would work on an LCD flat screen. There we go, Area 1 cleared though. So this is an excellent way for me to be able to play Time Crisis without... Ow! Oh, without having a CRT setup in my house and an actual light gun. Now, you may have noticed that I also have 2 light guns here. There is a pretty cool touch with this emulator, which I like very much, and that is the fact that you can have multiple consoles running at once. So, technically, I could spawn another PlayStation, which I could put up here, and I could spawn another copy of Time Crisis, which I'll put in there. And then I could hook this up to this TV, put the TV back round, and that will hopefully load up Time Crisis as well. Now, I have 2 instances of Time Crisis running here. Now, I've actually not tried this before, so this is going to be an interesting experiment to see if it'll work and if I can play Time Crisis on 2 TVs at once. I'm really hoping I can. Oh, yeah, I think I'm going to be able to do it. Yep, so I've got independent control on each game, on each gun. And currently I'm controlling this console with this gun, this console with this gun. Okay, here we go. Time Crisis twices. Time twices. Oh, this is utilizing parts of my brain I never knew existed. Reload. Now, there is absolutely nothing to stop you from playing 2 different light gun games at the same time, I expect. It all depends what games you own and what emulators you've got installed. But this emulator program works with quite a few different emulators, as you'll see in a bit. I think you can also play House of the Dead on Dreamcast, which is pretty sweet. Die! Oh, I'm running out. My right hand's running out of time. I always thought my right hand was the more powerful one. Oh! So yeah, that's pretty cool, right? 2 Time Crises running side by side that you can play at the same time. But what else? What else can I have playing in here? Well, let's move over to this TV and see what games I can play on this fake NES. Yeah, Snake Rattle and Roll. This was Snake Rattle and Roll was so good. What is also good though is the fact that depending on the time of day, you get the light shining through your window from different angles, casting the shadows of the trees and stuff around as well. Also shining on the TVs and stuff. It's pretty awesome. Okay, let's kill that. So I need to pop these. I need to eat the nibbly pibblies. And I need to grow my tail so I'm heavy enough to open... Oh, butts. To open up the door at the end of the level. Now there is a shark that you have to avoid that comes at you pretty quickly if you don't get out of the water in time. 1989, I think it said this game was made, and me and my brother used to co-op on this the most. Never completed it. I even tried to complete it on Rare's the Rare Replay thing when that re-released on the Xbox One. But it is solid. The last few levels of this game are insanely hard. There we go. Level done! And again, what I like when I'm playing this is just, you know, just coming out of it, picking up the TV, going and looking right up close and getting that full-on CRT scanline vibe. Looking around the wood paneling, that's a hard word to say. Looking around at the wood paneling of the TV and then just, you know, taking back control of the telly and then taking back control of the game. It's the vibe, the 90s vibe is so pure. It's really well done. Sorry, just having a little can of capitalism before I cracked on with the next game. This is Low G Man. Low G Man was the very, very last NES game I ever bought for my old school original NES back in the day when NES games were still on sale. Bought it from Toys R Us. I've still got it boxed up on my shelf. It's in very good nick. But I haven't played it for a long time. I remember it being pretty tough. You've got one attack where you can fire up. So you've got, yeah, that's it. You've got a pistol and then you've got a spear that you can attack up and down with. I think the pistol... There you go. The pistol stuns things and the spear allows you to actually kill them. This game was really well reviewed back in the day. I can remember reading a review of it in like Total Nintendo magazine, I think, and just was like... I just begged my dad to get it for us. It's just an excellent sci-fi action game. Graphics are cool, the music's awesome, the gameplay's kind of quite balls. The gameplay's not balls. It's quite original. And here's a big boss. Ow, that is absolutely wrecking me. Darn. Okay, well I reckon that's enough NES for now. I do have a couple of other consoles to show you. Okay, so this is the ZX Spectrum. Now, unfortunately, the problem I have with this at the moment is I've only been playing around with EmuVR for a little while, and so far I can't get my keyboard inputs to work with it for some reason. So I haven't actually been able to play any Spectrum games yet in VR, but as you can see, it is totally possible. There is Fantasy World Dizzy in VR in my 90s bedroom on a CRT monitor, just looking absolutely wonderful there. It's so cool. Again, with these little monitors, you have the scuff marks and the dirt around the edges and things to give it that really realistic look. And yeah, as soon as I've worked out how to get my keyboard inputs working properly, I'm just going to be sat here playing Dizzy in VR all day. I won't need to go back to 2020. I'm going to stay in the 1990s. But I can't play that, but I just wanted to show you that it is possible. One thing I can play, though, is the Mega Drive. Now, considering the sequel has just come out, Streets of Rage 4, I thought I'd play the all-time Mega Drive classic, Streets of Rage 2. So I just need to plug the cables into the back of that TV there, and then I need to turn it on. Although, to be honest with you, maybe it's better to play... I think Streets of Rage 2 deserves a bigger telly, don't you? So let's unplug that, and let's unplug that, and let's get Streets of Rage 2 up and running on the big lad. Here we go. Are we going to get a Streets of Rage 2 on this big ass telly? Yeah, we are. Oh, I tell you what, Streets of Rage 2 with a little bit of night lighting as well. I want to sit a little bit closer to the telly though, so you lot can see it. So let's just move myself a little bit closer, and then lock into the game. And then of course I'm going to play with the beautiful Blaze, my old crush. Here we go, Streets of Rage 2. I'm back. I'm a wee nipper again, playing Streets of Rage 2 in my bedroom at night while my parents are asleep. Shh, don't wake them up. All the sounds of that. It just, again, all the graphics look nice and crisp and sharp. The CRT effect is just fantastic. Makes it really feel like you're playing it on a proper TV. The only thing this program needs, and I can't expect them not working on it, but it's multiplayer. Imagine being able to set up your own room like I've done here, but then invite your friends over online to join in with some two-player Streets of Rage, or two-player Toe Jam and Earl, or I don't know, two-player Time Crisis. The possibilities would be endless, really. There are so many games I want to play on this emulator that are just coursing through my brain right now. Ones that I played back in the day. Ghosts and Goblins on the Mega Drive, or Ghouls and Ghosts on the Mega Drive. I really want to play that now. Me and my brother played Ghouls and Ghosts, or Ghosts and Goblins, I can't remember which one it was, on the Mega Drive for hours one day. Like, just continuing on. I don't know whether we'd activated an infinite lives cheat or something. Or maybe we just were stubbornly pushing forward. But we got all the way right near to the end, and then there was a bloody power cut, and we lost all of our progress. Ah, what a time to be alive. Anyway, my friends, it's 10:35 now, so I think it's probably about time I turn the console off. I turn the TV off somehow. Where the hell is the power button for the TV? There we go. I turn the TV off, and I take my VCR over to here and attach it to the back of this telly. Where is it? There we go. Attach that to the back of that TV, and then settle down in bed and fall asleep watching the excellent Ian's VR Corner that you can find right here on Eurogamer's YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this look at EmuVR and this trip back into the past via the medium of virtual reality, you'll be happy to know that there are plenty more VR videos on this channel, and you can... Ian, shut up! I'm finding it really hard to talk while I'm speaking. Shush. Pause. You'll be able to find a handy playlist of other Ian's VR videos up on screen for you to click on right now. So go do that, check out those videos, and I will see you next week for more Ian's VR Corner. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Right, back to me. Let's just fast forward a bit. Here we go. Oh, this is so cool. I'm so happy. I'm back home.